My life before I came to the Lorain County Mission was wonderful. And that's growing up. I grew up in the church. I'm going to fast forward. Right before I came, I was a mother of 3 children. And I sang, I traveled, I recorded, I performed. It was a good life. I was married, and I married an alcoholic. And so I think that pain is a driving force in what led me to get involved with chemicals. The turning point to my sobriety was wanting to get back to my children. I had lost them. I had come to Lorain County from Harbor Lights in Cleveland. And like I said, I grew up, in church. And so I didn't know anything about the streets. But as I began to enter that lifestyle, I learned quickly how to survive on the streets. And I found myself in treatment at the Harbor Lights, and they recommended that I go further. And so I found myself at the Haven Center. And when I couldn't stay at the Haven Center any longer, the Lorain County Mission was there for me. And I truly believe that if it doesn't exist and I need it, God will create it. At the mission, I was able to go back to my foundation, which was in the church. We did Bible study all day long, all night long. We stayed in church, and it was like coming home. My spirituality quadrupled, so to speak, because we did a lot of faith-based events. People came in from the community to pour into us, and I just began to grow. I have been sober 21 plus years. Everything. I got my children back. I have a new husband. I am, I went back to school. I got my associates in human resources. I got my bachelor's in Christian studies. I got my master's in addiction counseling, and I am now pursuing a degree in psychology. The advice I would give the people coming behind me is that it's a process, and that they just have to trust the process. In recovery, new life begins, things are restored, new hope, new vision, and I'll say in that addictive lifestyle, we kind of run the show, and we got to be willing to let somebody else help us who has gone before us, who knows the way. I would also like to say I wrote my first book also at 14, and I was able to pick that back up too. And so I got some books and...
So you wrote a book sharing your story.
Absolutely. This is my book called Addicted. And I tell you, I didn't want to talk about those things that I did, but it was like I got writer's block. And I could hear God saying, it's not for you, it's for somebody else. Somebody else is going to find deliverance. And so you have to be willing to share the good, the bad, the ugly. And I know God was preparing me. Now I am a licensed independent chemical dependency counselor, and I work with women. I work with children for the first 10 years. And I think I worked with the children because of the devastation I caused to my own kids. And they're all thriving. They are little counselors, so, I got grandkids now, so I'm working on them. But yeah, it's really enriched our lives, and just the miracles I can't say enough. What I want to say to the women who are going through the same experience that I went through is to reach out. Once you've been hurt, it's hard to trust people. It's hard to open up and let anybody in. But I will say that this is a we program. And I will say that our best ideals got us in the jackpots that we found ourselves in. And take ownership for the part you played in being where you are. You know, acceptance. You know, I cannot change anything about my past, where I am today, the things I did, the things I didn't do, the things that's never going to happen. I need to accept that and then move forward in the work that needs to be done to heal, be whole, and live a new life in recovery.